Hello, hello. How's everybody doing this Friday evening? Here it's storming outside, so hopefully we won't lose power, but I hope you're all doing great this evening. I'm doing well. We're looking forward to having a nice show for you today. Hello, Kim. You're right on time. Just started. Magic Mike, hello. Turtle, hello. Good to see you. Magic Mike again. Parkman, Sloppy Badger, howdy. Good to see you. DE Razor Shaving, hello, Chris. Canadian Mafia, hello. Welcome. Some of these are too hard to read. I apologize. The names. Canadian Mafia. Upfo is in the house. There's David. Let's go ahead and add David. Why not? It's been a while since David's been on. He might have. I do believe. I hope you all are great again this evening. And hopefully David is doing great as well. Let's see if we can get him in here. Just a moment. There he is.
How's it going?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Oh, man, I'm good here, man. Just getting through the day.
So earlier today, you seem to be running on fumes a little bit, just not feeling it. How's it going now? Any better?
Oh, man, I'm good. I'm home. I'm trying to relax. It's cool, man. Everybody has one of those little funky days, and today's just one of mine. And, I'm going to be good. It's good to be back on the show today. It's been a little bit, so, good times are ahead.
Well, you know what Mel would say? He would say, if you're having a funky day, you have to make it a funky, fresh day. So there you go. You got to make it a funky, fresh day. All right, let me pop the top here on the beer, which is Yingling Black and Tan. Do you have any beverage this evening, or a sippy cup, or anything like that?
I got the big old sippy cup jug.
Oh,
it's just good old H2O today.
The people have been waiting so long to see the sippy cup again today. So here's to you all. I hope you're all having a great evening once again for the third time. Sorry for repeating that. All right. Well, it's good to have you back, David. I know it's been a while. Any updates since you've been gone? What's been going on with you?
Dude, man, just keeping busy with football. This year, it has been an absolute disaster this season. Oh, yeah, the team that I'm coaching this year, it's not the kids. It's so much all of the leadership structure there. It has been an absolute disaster from the top. So it's been kind of bleeding down, and that's probably where a lot of my frustrations are probably coming from today. And so it's been a little bit rough. I'm just trying to get to the end of the season. Once I commit to something, I'm going to make sure to see it through. But, man, it has been an absolute challenge this year.
No, I don't think you ever talked about this on the show, and I hope I'm able to say this now. But David's going to be Papa Gonzalez, Grandpa Gonzalez, right? Did you ever mention that on the show? I don't remember.
I'm not sure if it got mentioned on this show. I think we've already talked about it on YouTube. I think you've mentioned it before, after it was okay to say such. And then I've said it on mine. But I actually, my stepdaughter, Vanessa, she is 6 or 7 months pregnant, due in December. So however many months that makes her. And then also my little sister, the smallest of my side of the family, she's pregnant as well. So looking forward to having both a grandchild and a little niece coming as well.
Oh, well, congrats on that. We hope they're healthy and happy. And I saw Shane from Blackland just pop in, and that was on my list today. I see the era is getting closer. I saw a new ad they had for it. It looks nice. It looks way nicer than what we saw originally. If you go to Blackland's website and look at the era, they got a little promo video there. It is looking nice. He's got some like grip things that you can put on. It looks a lot better than what it did before. So all this time they've been taking, I think, is going to be worth the wait. I haven't had razor in hand, but it looks really nice in the promo video. I know a lot of people are waiting on that. It's a 3D printed stainless steel razor that's going to start at $75. So that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on it. It should be awesome.
Oh, man, I'm looking forward to it. I like the look of the razor when we seen it back in, I think, May is when we initially started seeing some of the marketing for that. And I think even the tentative release was supposed to be back in June. Yeah. So I'm happy that they didn't just work on the production side of it, but tightening up all the little aesthetics and features and stuff that's going to be offering with it. It's a good use of the time, of the little bit of a delay.
My understanding was when they started trying to produce it, en masse, they ran into some issues. So they just took whatever time was necessary to work out those kinks. And that's really the way to do it. Take whatever time is necessary. Don't put out a shabby product. And so I'm expecting that it's going to be nice. It's got like, I don't remember the number of plates, but it's got a ridiculous amount of plates for it, 7 or more. I can't remember. Shane, you can
Nice.
comment if you're in there. But I'm really looking forward to that. So that was on my list to touch on. So, folks, if you're not following the Blackland mailing list, sign up for that, and you'll get updates when that razor is coming out and so on. That should be awesome. Also, Shane, there's a lot of people wanting the Vector. I hear it every day. Shady is always nagging about, when can I get a Vector?
10 base plates.
10 plates. Yeah. Every day, Shady is like, I would love to have a Vector, but
Robert.
there's none in stock. So Shane,
Oh,
can I
man.
get some of those stainless Vectors?
Absolutely. The Vector. I just used the Vector for the very first time last night
How
or
was
2
it?
nights ago. But it is a phenomenal razor. It has a very similar blade feel. Now, I know they're different animals, but a very similar blade feel to the Carbon and to the Blackbird, which are both Carbon being my favorite razor, the Blackbird being in the contention for it. Aside from that handle that I don't really like,
Right.
the head design and the feel of that is fantastic. That Vector gives a great balance between blade feel, but also not so much to where you feel like you have to be extra careful with it. It is such a damn good razor.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm going to eventually have to send that back to DK. I'm not thrilled about that day coming, but yeah, I would definitely like to get a Vector.
That's why, since I used it, well, Shane sent me one originally when they first came out, and I was able to give that one away. Thank you, Shane, for allowing me to give that one away. And then I just never followed back up on it. And then when I got it, maybe the beginning of the year, man, Blackbird TI and Vector SS are in production. Okay, Blackbird TI will be first. Anyway, when I used it again, I was like, why haven't I bought this razor sooner? It's friggin' awesome. It's so agile, mobile, efficient. I love it. It is my favorite single edge razor of all time, period. I really like that razor a lot. So a lot of good stuff coming from Blackland. So stay tuned. Check him out on the mailing list there. Follow up on the website. I think I have all the Blackland razors except for the Traderi. That's the only one I haven't tried. I did try the original Traderi, but I haven't tried Blackland's version. But I've tried all the others, and I think I have them all except for the Traderi. So really good razors.
I'm surprised you haven't used the Traderi because I hear that it's actually pretty damn aggressive, and that seems to be what you usually lean towards.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you haven't used it.
Just haven't tried it. All right, so this week I know that BBS Live, and that is, of course, if anybody here doesn't know, you should know, that is Nate and Mel do the show every other Thursday, and their show will be next Thursday, correct? I think it's next Thursday, yes. 9 p.m. Eastern, so please check them out. They had Family Week, but I believe that extended into a second week. And so DK came in, and he was like, hey, I want to do Jank 10's week. You know, he's kind of poking at me. We're just having fun. And,
Chris, you can't misquote it. Jank-ass 10 week.
Okay, that too. Anyway, so we're doing the Jank 10 week. And having fun. I threw in a couple in there, and I have to say, I think Marion won the Jank 10's week because the first Jank 10 that he used, he had never ever used the soap, and there was already rust inside the can. and the other 10 was completely beat up, and it looked like rubbish. And so, Marion, you're the winner. What you won, I don't know. I'll have to send you something, but you're the winner of Jank 10's week. And by the way, folks, it was just fun. DK was just having fun. I was having fun. Nobody cares if you use tins or not. I don't like to get them when they're beat up to buy them. But believe me, if you want to use tins, enjoy yourself. Just enjoy whatever it is you use. You got a Jank 10 there by any chance? No.
Oh, I have several.
Oh, he's going to pull out some janky tins, folks. So here we go.
Like, these are just the little ones that are easy to grab, but I have several. I probably have close to 20.
Oh my God! Look how janky those tins are. Look at that! Look at the outsides of those. Nobody can say those aren't janky. Man, you could have won this easy, David. My goodness. Yeah, you got the old school original PAA. You know, some of those Synergy formula second round.
Oh,
Man.
yeah, these are the Synergy ones. Yeah, they're rough, dude. One of the larger 8 ounce tins, I actually had to get a fork and pry it
Couldn't
open
get it
because it
open.
had rusted shut. So now it has a huge dent. You would go fucking nuts with this one. I have to go find it somewhere in the pile. But it has a
So,
huge gouge on the side of that fucking thing. It's bad.
so Marion the other day, he said when he took the top off, he said, "I'm not going to put this top back on because if I put it back on, I can't get it off."
Yeah.
So
Dude,
there
I'll
you
tell you
see,
though.
folks. I didn't
I
make
will
that
tell
up.
you though. These soaps still smell like the day I bought them though.
Yeah, yeah,
Whew.
yeah. The tins do protect the soap, and that's what you want it to do. So they do. They do, as DK pointed out, they serve their role in that regard. They're just not great for shave of the day photos or promotion, like if you want to, showcase a brand.
So,
Yeah, you got some of
oh
those
man,
OG.
the inside of this looks bad, dude.
Maritime says, "I hope you got your." Oh, look. That's jank right there. That's jank all day.
God,
You can't. Who can argue that that's not jank? Get out of here with that.
man.
That's foolishness.
The rust
Anyway,
is
folks,
the rust is
it's
coming
for
off on my
real.
hand. Oof.
It's for real. That's why we say it, folks. But it's still fun. We're just having fun. Look, I don't care if you like tints. Please understand that because I know a couple of people said they had unsubscribed because they were angry about that. I'm like, sorry, folks. I'm sorry. I don't like tints. You see why. So,
Chris, never apologize for a joke.
yeah,
Intentions
that's true.
matter, and if
That's
you
true.
had good intention with them, it was in good fun.
Mm-hmm.
If people are that sensitive, I know you like everybody to love you. I know you desire that, but at a certain point, you got to cut people loose, or they're going to be that soft.
Oh
It is
yeah.
ridiculous that I'm going to follow you. I'm going to unfollow you because you don't like tins. You're fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I know this goes on your channel, Chris. I'm telling your people, the people that watch your channel, you're fucking ridiculous. If that's the reason why you're gonna fucking unfollow Chris, you're stupid.
Phil threw in a dog on there, so I can't remember because it's already gone off the screen. But Phil threw in a dog, so I just thought I'd let you know on that one. So we got that one. David could have won that competition easily because those were not looking good at all.
Oh, they're rough.
I wanted to tell you guys tomorrow for you budget lovers. I know there's some budget lovers. Kim Gray sent me a 28-cent razor, 28 cents, shipped 28 cents. It's nuts. I used it. That'll be in the video tomorrow. So if you want to check that out, go to IAMCDB.com in the morning. Check that out. I tell you, I don't even know how they could make a 28-cent razor. Like, how could you make a profit on a 28-cent razor? It's nuts. A stamp costs 50-some cents now, I think. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
mind-boggling.
the only thing that I could even imagine would be the reason is maybe the company that produced them went out of business, and whoever bought their warehouse had a bunch of this shit laying around, and they got to do something with it, and they're damn near giving it away.
By the way, folks, I don't have a ton of material for this week, so pop those questions in there. We will get to them. We'll have some fun. Yeah, Kim Gray actually sent the invoice, which I showed on the video. Like, this is no joke, 28 cents. And it's
That's
now
funny.
affectionately known as 28 Cent, just like the rapper 50 Cent, 28 Cent. That's the name of the with no S on the end, because we don't put the S on the end of that. 28 Cent.
28.
That's the name of the razor now. I wanted to talk a little bit about this one, which I think you got and you like. Now, I don't have because I got a tester of this. I don't have the production version, but
I have
what
that
did
same
you think?
version as you do.
What did you think about this?
I love it, dude. I absolutely love it. Peter
We're
has a
talking about
way.
A&E Apricity if you're listening and not watching, by the way.
Absolutely. Peter just has a way with fruit scents to make them palatable for me. I've been open over the years. We've had conversations. I hate sweet scents.
Would you
And
go as
even
far as saying
though,
it's fruity?
yes, very much so. Very much so.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He has a way of making them just balanced enough for me to like them. Are they still sweet? Absolutely. But he just does them in a way, whatever the hell else he mixes with these fruit scents, they work.
I agree, and I liked it a lot too. The scent was quite robust on it. The formula is good. We talked a little bit about the cost in the video that aired today, And I love it that Pete has tried to keep those costs down. And on the last Real Talk, Pete also said, I don't like the fact that they're over $5 an ounce in the club. He commented today on that video and said, hey, I found a new supplier for the emu oil. We're going to keep those costs. We're going to try to lower those costs, and we're going to do some other things. He wants to stay competitive and keep below the point at which soaps get pricey. And so I appreciate you, Pete, for making that comment. And his goal is to keep the soap prices reasonable, which I think we can all appreciate when we see, now some soaps, 36, 40 some dollars for 4 ounces. And it's like, holy mackerel. I don't know. Those are usually not for me. I'll try them, but most times I'll go, I don't know. I don't know if I find a compelling reason to spend that kind of money.
Well, the challenge that we need to extend to all these artisans is find alternative ingredients and try to figure out how to match that performance and post shave and other things that you're going for, but without costing $100. Like, yeah, I could go out and buy oils that cost $1,000 an ounce and make a soap that sells for $5,000. Why do we want to do that? Why not make the best stuff within a competitive price range or a manageable price range? Because now we're pricing people out of the damn hobby. There's a lot of people that are quitting buying soaps because they're getting outrageous. I still want to take part in buying soaps, but I'll tell you right now, I have a hard cap on my soap buying. It's $25, and that's it. I'll live with, like, if it comes out to $26 with tax or whatever, but I'm not spending more than $25 on a soap. It's just not happening.
Right.
So
Robert Kamara said, "Nice new guest, Chris." By the way. Yeah, you're making a very good point that people do have limits on what they'll spend. Some people, I think, realize some benefits from extra ingredients. Some people not, and so everybody has to make their own choice. But I really do appreciate the artisans who try to keep that, reasonable for us. And I not always am a fan of that. I wanted to bring up this topic because I've had some questions about it. And as any of you know who watch my channel, Leaf sponsored the channel a month ago, beginning in September, which is a wonderful thing. And for me, that is advancement in the hobby because traditionally we haven't seen a lot of this. We see it in every other industry, gaming, computing, athletics, sponsors and creators or athletes or whatever, working together and doing things that they enjoy. And so I'm very appreciative of Leap. But one guy this week was talking about, okay, we get it, and I'm like, well, I don't think you understand how sponsors work. Like, they're sponsoring the channel. Therefore, I mentioned them. They're sponsoring the channel, helping pay the bills, so to speak. So folks, when you see that, keep in mind, they're sponsoring the channel. They're paying, they're getting a mention. Now, Leaf happens to be a product that I use all the time. Everybody who knows me knows I love Leaf. I have been asked before by other companies and have turned them down, quite frankly, for sponsorship or brand ambassador opportunities. I would need to be sponsored by a brand that I personally use and something that I believe in. I'm not just going to accept sponsorship for something that I don't use. So I just wanted to make sure that people understand Leaf is a product that I use personally. I know not everybody loves it. You don't love it. But for me, especially a head shaver, I love it on the dome. I use it all the time. I use the twig. These are products that I use, and I'm happy to partner with Leaf. And for me, when folks don't understand that, this is why the hobby remains niche, because people don't understand you have to move things forward. You have to have a growth mindset, do things differently, and understand that, this is the way to move things forward, to get more eyeballs and to get more people going, oh, what is that? Any thoughts?
First off, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I'm not a fan of Leaf. I don't like that razor. But it makes sense. It makes sense for you. You put in so much time and money into your channel. These type of collaborations help with marketing, gets more eyes on products, and brings more people into our style of shaving. We have this weird attitude in the community, and I've seen it before. Especially back when I was doing like the So Sharp Limited shirts and stuff like that. People would message me and tell me, "Oh, I just don't like stuff that has branding on it. Just give me the design, and if it didn't have the logo or the words of your company, I'd probably want it. I'm like, well, that doesn't. So if people see that logo, they'll have nothing to Google search on how to find it. Like you're just gonna put wet shaving shirt. Like it doesn't work. So in order for people to be able to find the products, find the companies that are producing these products, you need branding, you need logos, you need the marketing. So I never understand our antiquated thinking, or that thinking that you want to keep us insulated from how the world works. Like this is how every company operates, big or small, mom and pop corporation. They all need branding. They all need recognizable logos. They all need that marketing in order to help themselves expand and for more people to benefit from whatever product and service that they're offering. So we're just strange like that, dude. We're like a bunch of fucking hermits. Like we have this thing, we want to keep it to ourselves, and don't nobody show me any different. And it's just a weird way of looking at things.
Yeah, I like to call it having a growth mindset. It makes it better for everybody when more people do it. More people spend money in the shaving economy. It benefits us all. There are people who would very much like this to be an old boys or girls club and remain very small. I'm just not one of those folks. I'm like, hey, come on in, enjoy it. The great thing about this hobby is anybody can do it. There's not a high skill requirement for it. You don't have to spend a lot of money. It's an everybody sort of hobby. And we're saying, come on in. And so we're trying to move the ball forward and advance it at all times. That's one of my personal goals. And some folks just don't get that. They just want to play, sort of have small ball sort of mindset. And that, of course, is not for me. But, you know, what are you going to do? You can't win them all. So 2 giveaways tonight from the Razor Company. The first one we're going to do right now. So everybody prepare yourselves. $20 gift card, courtesy of Jason from the Razor Company. And you know Jason supports all the shows. He is definitely one of those vendors that's out there partnering with people all the time, just constantly just making moves all the time to help people, to be a good steward of the community. So thank you, Jason. So I'm going to give you the question here. And the first person that we see that gets this right, which we agree on, will, and this one's going to be tough. I don't think a lot of people are going to be prepared for this one, but here we go. The question is, you answer it. Whoever answers it first will be the winner. What is the Razor Company's mission statement that's on their website? First person that gets it, it's not a long statement. So we'll see. We shall see. We're playing the Jeopardy music right now.
Is it shave that ass?
It is not. That would not be the mission statement. But
and I'm stumped.
Let's see. We shall see. Shaving and grooming specialist. No Magic Mike, but good guess.
Hey,
good guess.
Jacob, thanks for popping in, man.
Nope. Thanks, Jacob, for popping in. Sell more Shannons than anything else. No, that would not be right. Shave good now. No, that would not be right. This is a deep cut, folks. You got to be prepared. You got to be willing to dig a little bit on this one.
Is it just do it?
No, it's not just do it. No, it's definitely not just do it. This, to me, really represents what the Razor Company is as a company. When you see it, there it is. Park Mark 2010. Is that the first one you said says always put customers first? Is that the one?
Yes, sir. Yep, that's the one. That's the one I see.
DM me your email address, and I will get the congratulations. So the mission statement on the Razor Company's website is always put customers first. And really, in my experience, whenever I have had an issue, that's exactly what he's done. So not only is it his mission, that's the way he runs his company. And so I think that's awesome. So congrats, Park Mark. You are the lucky winner. So,
hey, guys, make sure if you're one of the winners on this, you contact Chris. Chris is not going to go hunting you down. No. If you don't want free shit, that's on you. We're not Chris or myself ain't going to go looking for you. So make sure you guys message Chris if you want to collect those winnings.
Right. This does happen at times with giveaways where you have to hawk people down, and I'm always like, hey, I'm giving it away. You know, DM me, and I'll get that taken care of for you. Any other favorite soaps or anything that has come to mind recently that you know you've really been excited about or have appreciated? Hey, oy vey.
Oh! It's already been a few weeks since this came out, but Cherry Pie I know we go back to Ariana and Evans. We should make him sponsor this damn show. But that cherry pie is so good. It is not a dessert cherry, even though cherry pie you think it'd be really sweet and outrageous. It's a well blended scent that you get that cherry. You get like a dark rum scent to it. It's just really, really good. I think it has some oud in there, and it's just so damn good. It is. Oh man, it'll be coming up on my channel this week, a video for it. But man, it is so damn good.
I think for me, Chevettes.
That's old, Chris. You got to move on.
I can't help myself. Chevettes. Wait a minute. Chevettes. There you go. Remember that, folks. Commit it to memory. Chevettes. That's one. But honestly, that I'm joking there. Although it is a favorite. I've used that soap more than any soap this summer for a lot of off-shave head video, or not videos, but head shaves. But I unboxed this one today, which is affectionately now known as blue salmon. I think it actually the word is actually Salwin, but it's now blue salmon because of Sefferton. I gave David credit, but I was told that it was Sefferton shaves, and it's a really nice fall scent. I'm not a big fan of fall scents, but this has a nice burnt sugar bourbon. It's a nice fall scent. It's not one of those like death and decay scents, which I don't like those at all, not even a little bit. But this one I do like, and I have to say, PAA, I mentioned this, I think, in the unboxing. They've been on it this year on the like Halloween or holiday scents, and I don't know if anybody else has been on the ball yet. Shannon's is coming out with Bloodbath, so they're shipping that now, and that's sort of maybe Halloween-ish. But PAA has been ready to go this year, and I wish the other artisans would quickly get those Halloween scents up, because what happens is if they're already released around the 20th, by the time people get their hands on them, it's close to Halloween already. Or in some cases, they float around and you don't get them in time. I remember last year I wasn't getting some of these until after the holidays, and so make sure to try to order these holiday scents, or Halloween related, as soon as you can. That way you can get them and use them before the holiday. You can use them whenever you want, but I think a lot of people would like to use them around the holiday.
It's really weird.
Down there. Go ahead.
It's really weird. It seemed like every single company was releasing a Halloween soap last year. And this year, it seems dry. I don't see any marketing for any. Nobody's excited about it. Any of the Halloween scents. But there was so many last year. It's just kind of strange.
Another favorite of mine, which I don't have over here, was the Razor Company Shannon's Orange Ginger Twist. I really like that one. That one really did it for me as well. But this one today was quite pleasant. The now forever will be known as blue salmon, and Douglas will cringe every single time he hears that for all time, and that gives us additional benefit. You want to know the truth about it. So that will be fun. By the way, make sure, folks, especially as it gets closer to the Christmas holiday, I mentioned this in the last Real Talk. It warrants mentioning again. You will have some things that are floating around without scans if it's going through UPS. Like I had PAA, it shipped from Arizona, and it never got scanned, not one single time. The tracking showed that it was never even received, and it arrived to me. It got one scan, and that was the scan it got when it arrived here to my town. So, make sure you give the shaving artisans a little bit of slack for probably now until, right after January, because it'll be tough sledding, I'm expecting, this year. I know I mentioned that last show, but again, because I've had this experience myself where it just looks like the post office never received the item, and they just didn't scan it. So that's happened to me a couple of times already in the last month. So just be aware of that, folks. The artisans may be getting those things out quickly, and you just don't know it because they're not being scanned. I was looking at Raza there to see if he was. So Raza has declared that he's on a soap buying freeze. Do you think he can hold?
No. As soon as a limited edition soap comes out in December, he'll be buying again, and that'll probably kick off the whole disease all over. So he may be able to keep it down for a month or two, but that first limited edition soap that comes out, Roz is done. He's getting it.
I got faith in Raza. I think he can do it. I think it's going to hold true. We'll see. We'll see what the next few months brings. It's going to be tough, but Raza, we're wishing you all the best with this effort, and we'll be right there with you. So if you need support, holler at me, and I'll coach you up on that. No worries at all. Are you looking forward to any fall or winter scents? And before that, let me just go. I'm not looking forward to any fall or winter scents because everybody knows that citrus is the perfect scent for all occasions: fall, winter, summer, spring, weddings, funerals, bar mitzvahs. It's good all year round, all the time, 100% of the time. So that's really all you need. But if you do like fall scents, then this is a great time for you. I guess I'm not big on that myself, but I do like some. Like this one, the blue salmon was pretty good. So here we go. But yeah, winter is a bad time for me. I don't buy as much.
It goes back to that thing. I haven't really seen marketing for much of anything, and even within our little social groups, people that we talk to, aside from the obnoxious fucking soaps that you guys like to talk about every day, there hasn't been anything in particular that has been talked about. You guys have brought up anything. I'm here in California. We're usually around 70 degrees or higher,
Yeah, does
9 months of the
fall
year.
scents really mean anything in that sort of situation?
No, no. Like I actually hope for a cold day here and there because I do have some sense. Like the Barbershop de los Muertos, I think it's a much more flattering scent during colder days. But cold for us is 60 degrees. Still not very cold, but I'm just
Right.
hoping we get some of those days in here so I could use that. Because I will admit that scent is a little bit weird when it's fucking 90 degrees. So I'd much rather use it when it's around 70, hopefully below. But nah, dude, for the most part, fall scents aren't really a thing. We have to hope for a cold day to be considered a fall scent type of day.
Yeah, I always
Yes, I
say,
have. I've seen snow.
it's for you to enjoy your way. So, use the scents however you feel appropriate. I realize there are probably some situations like if you're in an office, you probably don't want to overpower people with very powerful fragrances at various times. But generally speaking, just do what makes you happy. Life is short. There's no need to follow these prescriptive. Oh, that's a summer scent. We can't wear that in the fall. Yes, you can, and you should if you want to, if it makes you happy, or don't. It's really up to you. But I'm not big on following these prescriptive. I can't even say it. I'm so flabbergasted. I can't even say it. Prescriptive sort of format. Oh, you can't. Well, I got to put that away. No, you don't have to do that. That's foolishness. Just do whatever it is that you enjoy. That's really the main thing. I got to ask David. Have you tried any of these Hendrix scenting oils?
No, a request that I have for you is to try it out with some face lathering
No,
because
I don't want to.
it well then I probably will never try it because I'm not gonna waste the money on an unscented soap and I don't bowl lather. I won't bowl lather.
Right.
I don't have any interest in it. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. Can I do it? Yes. I used to do it,
Yeah.
especially a lot early on. Uh, but it doesn't seem like it's good. I don't know if it'll benefit me or not being a face latherer.
I have heard that people do that and they'll like make the lather and then maybe put this just like in their brush soaking mug and then dip the brush when they got it loaded in there or something like that. I don't know. But I have to tell you, this concept I was very skeptical about. And I was like, I don't know about that. That seems like it's awfully involved. And now that I've done
What
it,
up, Ben?
I ordered a bunch of them since. And I'm like, they smell great. And you can just take any unscented soap, pop a couple of drops in there, make your lather, and you can put it exactly where you want it. And I know some artisans are like, oh, that's dangerous. The customer's going to burn themselves and all this. And you certainly could overdo it. But keep in mind, a lot of the artisans weren't cosmetologists or doctors or dermatologists, or they were just regular people like us, many of them prior to making soap. So they've learned, and you as a consumer, I'm confident you have enough brain power to figure out what the line is on there. Maybe you experiment some. And if you put something on your face and it burns, wash it off. Don't leave it on there. I know some people do. But after using this, I'm like, hey, I really like it. So I've ordered quite a few unscented soaps so I can have different bases. And I've really liked a lot of the scents. And I thought it's just one of those things where you can just sort of do it your way, which I like. I like things that empower the shaver and put more control in the shaver's hands. Just like you hone your own razor the way that you like. You can buy the own blade you like. You don't have to have someone else doing everything for you. And so I plan to talk to Pete more about this. And in fact, I'm going to talk to him on the phone tomorrow and just see what his thoughts are, see where he is moving forward. And we'll have him on the show coming up. But he's also told me today that he's looking to sort of give some product around doing your own aftershaves too. And I'm like, great. Some people won't want to do it. And I completely understand if you think I'm not involved. But for those of you who are shave geeks and you like to take it an extra level, I have really enjoyed it. I did not think I would enjoy it. I thought this seems like an awful lot. But once I did it, I was like, hey, it's really not that much. You put the soap in the bowl, a couple of drops, whatever you want, send it exactly how you want, and you're good to go. And so I've really enjoyed it. And so I know B-Lou, he's in here. He enjoys it. I
don't know who's doing the Canadian Mafia profile. I think it's probably J-Mac, but I'm not sure. Whoever's running that, if you guys do the face lathering, let me know how the results are, what method you use. Question though, Chris, do they give any type of warning or recommendations for the amount of drops of scent that you would put in there?
I can't recall, but I think they say start with a couple of drops, which to me, a couple of drops is fine to start. I think B-Lou said he's used as many as 12. So it also depends on the fragrance. It also depends on the fragrance because some are more strong than others. Like if you were using something that was cinnamon or clove, you wouldn't want to go too hard on that. And so it is one of those things where people have to be responsible, but I'm not one of these people who think everybody has to have their handheld. You're smart people. I mean, if you've come into this hobby, most likely you're a little bit extra as it is. You sort of go a little bit farther. So I don't think you need your hand held at all times. You can figure this out. And I have enjoyed it. I didn't think I would. And so whenever I get a product like that really opens a door for me, I'm always grateful. Just like when I got the Lancaster towel, I saw DK using it and I was like, I don't know, but I'd like to try it. And I tried it and I was like, this thing is a great towel. I really like it. And this is one of those products for me that's like, hey, I really like this. And so we'll talk more about it in the future. But now, never in my life have I bought an unscented soap until I got these oils. And now I've got a bunch of them, if not here, coming. And so never would I've thought of doing that. And that's going to solve problems for some brands. So like Nova Otter, which I rarely like a scent. I buy their base. I use a scent that I like. Boom. Now I can use a Nova Otter. I did actually buy Nova Otter unscented, but guess what? When I bought it, it was out of stock. So it said it was in stock. It was out. That's the problem with Nova Otter. A lot of times they're out of stock. And I was like, hey, foiled again with Nova Otter. But
they never really seem to be all in, do they? This is really like a side gig, almost a nuisance to them. It never seems to be a good flow with the way they're doing things.
They probably do work full-time jobs or something. And so it's, I'm not knocking them or anything like that. It's just like sometimes when you try to get things, you just can't get it. And this was just bad luck. I ordered it and then they sent me an email. I didn't get it from Nova Otter. Ordered it from a vendor. They said, oh, we oversold that one. We don't have it. We'll give you a refund. I was like, okay, no big deal. So Nova Otter.
I would be curious to hear what Hendrix's inspiration for this little system is, because there is a very polarizing shaver that loves to comment on YouTube videos that says that he uses this method, but it wasn't with Hendrix. They said he would buy a cheap soap that doesn't smell like nothing and drop his favorite scented oils on there, and bam, it's as good as new. So I'll call this the Hendrix Classics PK method. I don't know if you could add that to, but it's the PK method. So whoever wants to use the PK method, we'll see how that works.
There it is. So let's go ahead and do another giveaway real quick here. Again, sponsored by the Razor Company.
Marion got it.
In this one, we're going to ask you And again, you got to follow along because usually if the razor company is providing the giveaway, it's going to be a razor company centric sort of question. So the question here, and the first one that we agree on,
I did it, Mary.
gets it.
I did, Mary.
Name the artisan that a couple of days ago the razor company announced a collaboration with out of the UK. Name the artisan. About 2 days ago, they put up a shot with this artisan. And
Simpsons.
People are going very quickly right now to the razor company. All right, Blake Shaves. Wow, that was close.
Yep.
Blake Shaves. Lothar is correct.
Well, I got Blake Shaves as well.
Close. Yeah, everybody was super, super close on that one. But Blake Shaves, you're the winner. So DM me your email address, and Jason will get that over to you. Thank you so much, everybody, and Jason, of course, for providing the giveaways. Really appreciate that. Now, before we get to the questions, and folks, pop them in there, like I said. That's Whack Dog segment. We haven't had one for a while. Anything on your mind that's been whack recently?
Oh, Whack Dog. Oh, I don't know. You go first.
Okay. So for me, and recently, and the Jank 10s thing sort of brought this to the surface. For me, it's people who can't listen or tolerate another point of view. Like, we don't have to agree. I don't expect people to agree with me, but I would like people to respect each other even when they have a differing point of view. Like, if you like cheap stuff, that's okay. If you like top of the line, pricey stuff, that's okay. Nobody should hate each other based on that. And both people should be able to pursue the same hobby and not be snarky towards each other. You know what I mean? And that lack of tolerance, just because they have different views and different point of views, that's whack, dog. That's whack. I don't like it whatsoever.
Something that I think that's whack, dog, is people just taking everything way too seriously. The situation with the Jank Ass 10s on your channel, and also I was watching the Dave Chappelle special on Netflix, and everybody just gets up in arms from jokes, man. Intent matters. And if your intention is to have a good time, entertain folks, and just be funny, let everybody get them jokes, man.
Yeah.
I think if we're able to joke about things, I think that really brings us together. If you put this off limits and this off limits, we're segregating people.
Yeah.
We're making other people above others. We're making other people's opinion more than others. Like, we should all be able to just fucking joke about each other, joke about anything and everything, as long as the intention is to have a good time and not to fucking try to destroy people, products, companies, all that stuff.
Intent does matter. And the other thing, too, is, and I say this all the time, and people just don't practice it. Whenever you hear something or see something, try to take the charitable point of view or interpretation first. So in other words, if you hear something, like, don't go off the deep end and go, they meant to offend me. Take the charitable interpretation and go, no, he's probably just joking or whatever, and then go from there. If it can't remain charitable, I understand, dig a little bit deeper, but give folks the benefit of the doubt first, and then if it's a repeat offender or something like that, then at some point you go, look, we just, we're not for each other. We're moving along. But too many times people, it's almost seemingly want to be offended. Like, they just walk around like, oh, I'm looking for something to be offended by. And I was like, life is short, man. No time for that. Just keep trucking, keep moving forward, and understand that, most people really don't care what you're doing. They don't care enough about you to invest a moment, let alone want to offend you. That's the way I look at that. Let's take a few
real quick
here.
Kim, this was peach O-rings with chamoy and tahini. So nice little Mexican snack for the show. I'm all done.
There you go. And Magic Mike has our first comment, and it is, I'll wait for David to see it, and then we shall get a Fougere Gothic.
Is the Gothic on there? Because I only see Fougere.
It's Fougere Gothic.
Oh, okay. It cuts it off on my. Once I click on it, I can see the whole thing. Got it. Yeah, Fougere Gothic.
B. Lou, and keep them coming, folks. B. Lou says, no amount of HNC scenting oils can save our coat.
Damn, dude. It would be tough to cut through that scent.
Let's see.
Oh,
We
dude,
have
Zach, Fougere Gothique just smells like dirt. There's a lot of people that like dirt in their scents apparently, but I smelled Fougere Gothique. Mike sent me a sample of it. It smells like dirt. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm sure somebody with a refined nose could break down all the dirty shit that's in there, but it smells like dirt.
Molecular Jeff says, if wet shaving stays in the old boys club, it dies with the club. That is correct, Jeff. I agree. For
Absolutely.
sure.
There's a lot of old timers in the hobby, and they could kick it any day. And if we don't get new blood in here, we're in trouble.
Splitting Time says, what is Dave's favorite razor? Straight razor, excuse me.
Okay, so I have a Peacemaker custom razor by Mike Martinez. It has a butcher knife hole drilled through it. It is my favorite razor that I own. It's just a badass beast of a razor. Shaves great. It's durable. It's thick. It's hefty. It's a well put together razor. Mike Martinez. I hope he comes back into the industry at some point because his razors are amazing and everybody should have one.
I like those the Edson razor you have. That's probably near the top of the list. That's really awesome razor.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay. Thank you, Splitting Time. We appreciate that. Upfo. Let's see what Upfo has to say. Hope all the best for everybody and keep the joy in everybody. Thank you, Upfo. We appreciate that as always. You know we do.
The daily positivity from Upfo, man. It's always good.
You got to have it. Blake Shea says, how many sets is too many? And the answer to that question is that is completely up to you. There's no, hard limit one way or the other, whatever makes you feel comfortable. You could have 3 sets. That's too much for some people, not enough for others. Doesn't matter. Whatever makes you happy, whatever works within your budget.
Sets of what? What are we talking about specifically here?
Good point.
I'd be curious.
Fougere Gothique, David would say 0.
Yes.
But Shady would say, 27. Shannon Soap wants to know if I'm broadcasting from the Comedy Club stage. Yes, I am. I'm live at the Comedy Club, and you can tell that we're letting it rip tonight with the comedy. Let's see. Quest Fine. Oh,
thanks,
boy, some of those names is rough. Ask David is he tried the Dragon's Beard shave soap I sent him. Have you tried Ethos? Yes, I have tried Ethos. And for me, just me, personal opinion, Ethos is a good soap. But would I pay what they command on a lot of those soaps, like the $30-some for 4 ounces? No, I wouldn't personally.
The Dragon's Beard, I have not used it yet. I still have it. It's there. The amount of shaves that I've gotten in has been very minimal over the last few months. It will be used, but yeah, it's just been tough to get as many shaves in as I would really like to.
So David will get to it. So Disco Dan Canis, the people's admin in Lather and Blade says, do you gentlemen prefer smiling blade or straight edge? For me, because I know at some point I'm going to touch up, I just prefer a regular, straight edge. I'm not looking for smiling personally because it's more of a pain. David?
In terms of honing, smiling blades are fucking miserable. I'm getting better with honing those things, but they kind of suck. In terms of use, I actually love a smiling blade. The smile in a blade really allows you to focus your attention on one portion of the blade, and I find that it really helps me get into smaller areas that I really want to deal with, using the toe, using the heel, and for the bulk areas, using the actual belly of it. Down the middle. So I really like a smiling blade for use, but the fucking honing of it sucks. They're miserable.
Oh boy, this ought to be good. What in the Snickers is going on here? So,
well, holy shnikes. I'm not entirely sure, Shady. I'm still getting warmed up here, man. I'm just totally disoriented.
So we were watching Subi Shaves, and he had a clip in there where he was going, holy Snickers, and all this kind of stuff, and we were just chuckling at it because it reminded us of like Scooby-Doo, like what Velma, Jinkies or something like that, which I think is fun. We've had some fun with that.
I'm going to request on his channel that he uses G. Willikers more.
What straight razor would you recommend to a beginner, David?
I would use something that's manageable in size. The big trend right now is everybody's trying to get 8/8 razors. Get something that is comfortable, not cumbersome. Stay away from custom razors because they have a tendency to be very heavy. Something hollow ground, something in the 5/8 to 6/8. Uh, because after that, it does start getting bigger. You have different challenges and weight, especially when you're developing technique for straight razors. You can't easily press too hard on the skin. Will you cut yourself? Probably not. But what that's going to cause is some significant irritation because you really have to develop that light touch with a razor. So I'll go with something light, something manageable sized, and I love vintage. I think the modern production razors are very expensive for some inconsistent work. So go with something vintage. Go with a honer that has a good reputation in the community, and something reasonably sized.
Yeah, I would say go to a reputable honer. Most of them probably have something laying around that they're willing to part with or sell, or they can put you on to somebody who's experienced that you may or may not want to stick with it. We hope you do, which is why if you plop down $250 for a first razor and you decide not to stick with it, you got to try to sell it. So
And you will
like
take a
David,
loss.
yeah, like David, you'd be better off getting with a reputable honer, finding something affordable that's good. They'll know what's decent. I would not suggest buying off eBay for your first razor because you will likely get burnt because they'll take pictures that won't show defects in the razors often. So you can find great razors, but get with one of the honers and you'll probably do a lot better. And Marion says, hit me up if you need a cheap starter razor. Yeah, Marion has a lot of stuff laying around that he could hit you up with as well. So check out Marion. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Let's see. Do we have them all? Have we gotten all the questions? No, there's another one just popped up. Let's see. One Past Ben from Canadian Mafia says, why do you think people sleep on Chevettes? It's a good question, and I'm not entirely sure, other than I think there's a certain amount of reverence for straight razors and it being a very, very traditional, the oldest probably form of shaving, and the ability to maintain that edge and customize it, I think appeals to people. But Chevettes are great. There's no reason not to try them. David?
I have to. I think build quality and the cost is going to deter some people. So if you're going to get an affordable Chevette, they have a tendency to be ugly and made rather cheaply. Reason being, a lot of Chevettes are used for barbers. So barbers are looking for the most cost-effective options to conduct business. So they're cheaply built for an inexpensive one. And if you want to go with something that's better build quality, you're going to drop some top dollar. So I think a lot of people have a tendency to be like, well, this is not even a real straight razor. Should I be spending this $100, $200, $300 on this if it's not even the real thing? Even though it is a legitimate razor, it will serve the same purpose and suit you well that whole time. But I think the cost for a good quality one scares people off, and the cheap ones are a little ugly and, as it says, cheap.
Well, I only have one thing to say to that. See Spice Line.
See first.
Let's see. Would you recommend a modern or vintage razor for a first-time wet shaver? David?
Well, I'd absolutely 100% recommend a vintage. You're going to be able to find a really nice vintage razor for anywhere from 15, $30, or you have much more flexibility in your budget if you go with the vintage. You could go with something nice that costs you 500, or you could go with something that'll just get the job done for $20. So I would always recommend vintage, but to each their own.
Yes, Chris, I remember ninja shaving with the feather blades. Yes, I remember
Ninja class
years ago.
shaving.
Ninja class shaving. We were just having fun because Charles Roberts, who many people now may not know, he's passed away, but he was one of the guys really, really instrumental in bringing back like the hobbyist side of traditional shaving, along with Mantic 59 and the the guy who was the owner of the Art of Shaving, and he called it ninja class shaving. He was like, if you want to be at the absolute top, ninja class. And the reason being that Chevette blades are so sharp and thin, especially the WEC blades, which I wish I had brought it in here, but I didn't. The WEC blade, if you take it out of its holder, it is extremely thin and bendy. And
Well,
so
Chris, if you want to step away and grab it real quick, I can entertain the people if you want to.
It's
Okay.
all right. No, I don't even know where I put it, honestly, now. But anyway, it's extremely thin and bendy. It's long, but it's so I think some people might think it's like an artist club style blade that's pretty rigid. It is not. It is very, very, very thin. And so that particular blade is super, super sharp and not forgiving if you do the wrong thing with it. But if you do the right things with it, it'll give you a beautiful shave.
Thin and bendy, just like you, Zach. I think you're really thin and bendy.
Who is Quest?
That's Zach likes to shave.
Oh, I was thinking it was maybe some guy from Italy or something. It's like I had no idea that was. So Zach, I didn't know who you were. I apologize.
Yeah, he wishes he was from Italy.
That would be. Oh yeah, because he would have all the Saponificio. He would work there probably.
Probably.
Because he's Mr. Saponificio Veracino.
I still have not tried a WEC, dude, and I don't know if I ever will.
Yeah, you should.
Lord Shady.
More. Work talk, frag talk, or C Spice Lime.
Oh, dude, I have to say the work talk, bro. I was already naturally not in the best mood, and that work talk, dude, it brings so much bad energy. Oh, God.
That is good times right there. Any other questions, folks? Because we have a few minutes left yet. Let's see. We have one from Raza. This is going to be a great one because it's got to be a favorite question. Which soap is your favorite that has CDB's picture on the label? I don't remember all the ones. There's been a handful.
I don't remember. Bailey Irish Cream. I love that Bailey's Irish Cream. It is so damn good. The original, dude. I still have that. I have that jank ass tin too.
Marion says he will send David a WEC. Thank you, Marion. And then later, David will say something not nice to you, probably, Marion. So you'll be rewarded for that. I'm kidding, of course.
I'm a sweetheart to Marion.
Taking scent out of the picture, favorite aftershave formula currently? I don't have one. I don't really care, honestly. I'm not looking for much. But I would say, for me, the best combo, like, that still has a little alcohol, which I like, probably A&E. I like sort of the way he does it. It's not alcohol burny, which I don't mind at all. I rather like it. But it's got sort of a nice combination to it. Marion says PAA. Magic Mike says PAA. PAA is good.
PAA and Murphy McNeil. I have the best results from those. Those are my two favorite aftershaves. They just react well for my skin. They carry the scent very well. I know that wasn't in your criteria, but it still matters to me. And I just love the performance of the Murphy McNeil and the PAA aftershave smashes.
I do too. So for the folks who don't really buy the EDPs, having some longevity in the aftershave really helps. And it seems, and I could be totally wrong on this, but it seems like the alcohol has some effect on that. I don't know. It seems to hang a little longer. Again, I could be wrong. It's what I think happens. I could be totally wrong. It just seems like. Go ahead.
Yeah. Zach, a question from Zach, which is actually a good one. Which PAA formula, the older or newer? Zach, my favorite aftershave rendition from PAA is the one that included alum. I know alum has become the devil for some reason for people and putting on their skin, but I absolutely loved the PAA aftershaves that had alum in them. I still have a lot of them left over, but those are my absolute favorite.
Shady says, no alum. I do like those old formulas too. I like the new. I'm not too picky when it comes to aftershaves. The only thing that I am picky about is if I put it on and 3 minutes later it's gone, I'm not really a big fan of that. So I do like, if it's a scent I like, I would like it to hang around. And I don't always want to spend $50 on an EDT or EDP or what have you. Get out of here, Lord Shade. Zach says. And if you're Zach's YouTube channel is Zach Likes to Shave, and you will see primarily Panacrema. You'll see old school Plasan brushes and a lot of, he does his thing the way he likes, and it's really
Oh,
what everybody should do.
he's a European worshiper, much like Marion. So I think they're soulmates. Zach and
That's good
Marion,
stuff.
dude, just
Hey,
they
Zach.
love their European whites.
Molecular Jeff. I couldn't do alum. It drives me out. Yeah, some people say it dries them out. So I would say definitely stay away from that if it's the case. Hey, Zach, it's good to see you from Moon Soaps. I believe that's Zach from Moon Soaps, if I'm not mistaken. Is that Ken there?
Yeah, that's
KH?
yeah, Kenneth Lee.
Oh, Ken. Okay, from Ken's Shaving and BS. And okay, I was wondering who that was there. So Sepperton Shaves on YouTube says I worship at the Church of Bailey. Very nice. Also, folks, don't forget, Lord Shady has a YouTube channel. Lord Shady has a YouTube channel. He may not have any videos on it, but he's got a channel. Don't forget to go over there and subscribe because he's blowing up. He's got a good.
Oh yeah, dude. He's kicking ass right there. A lot of established wet shavers are struggling with the growth of the Lord Shady channel.
Yeah, Shady has had more growth than some of us this month. So there you have it. You just hang in there, and it will happen. Anything else before we sign off this evening, folks? Any other questions or comments?
Last call.
Yeah, it will definitely be last call because I realize everybody's tired this evening. I know.
Hey, we got that hour in though, man. This hour went by really fast.
Yeah,
not bad.
I enjoyed it. It was fun. All my subs unfollowed me and started following Lord Shady. Well, Raza hasn't made a video in 40 days, 40 nights. Well, it's been way longer than that. It's been like 40 months for Raza. So we'd like to see Raza do another video. I saw Up for Shave recently. Upfo did a video, so that's Lord Shady said he's coming for you, Sepperton. So let's see. All right,
hey, little known fact. Lord Shady is actually 5'2".
He and Peter Charkalis are going to have a battle.
Yeah, he's like a midget wrestler.
I love it. Art Shaves says, ever use a Tondeo? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, so I apologize.
Never heard of it.
I have not. Never heard of it, to tell you the truth. Everyone follow Lord Shady on YouTube? Yeah. I'm not sure what his YouTube channel name is, though.
Thanks, Splitting Time.
Is it Lord Shady? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's Lord Shady, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, make sure you follow him and everybody. Why not 4'9", he says. Shady. That's good times. Maritime Brush. By the way, thank you, Maritime Brush, for joining us. Good to see you. He's been in the community. So check out Maritime Brush Co. If you please. He makes nice brushes. He is really a nice gent. Brendan.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Brendan?
Brendan's good people, man. Top rate before. We've talked more since, but when I was a first-time customer, didn't know him. He was just great with the communication. Top-notch service from him and his company. I love the buying experience, so much so that I actually went out of my way to invite him into the community, get him into Lather and Blade. He was just good people. I'm like, yeah, this guy needs in.
The comments in the chat have just gone off the deep end now. They're like,
Lord Marion. Yeah, Marion is worshiping the shirtless body of Shady, and we've gone off the rails here.
Well, that can only mean one thing. See Spice Line. No, it means it's probably time to bring this to a merciful close. We thank you all for joining us. We thank you for
good morning from Hong Kong.
Sorry. Hong Kong. Wow,
thanks for popping in.
Recommendations for a beginner straight. I don't know where that question went. It was on the screen and disappeared.
Well, Jeff, hit up Marion, dude. He has a bunch of vintage razors that he's looking to sell. Some of which are actually going to be coming my way, and I'm going to actually be honing some razors for him as well. So yeah, talk to Marion. He has some stuff.
By the way, thank you everybody, and again, don't forget the people we mentioned tonight: Maritime, Blackland, Shannon Soaps, of course, the razor company. You can't forget them. Remember, follow Lord Shady. He's really motivated by those subs, even though he has no video. So give him a follow. Thank you,
Shane. Hit me up with when those vectors come in. I see. He commented like, Shane, don't forget about me, baby.
Any last comments, David, before we?
Hey guys, just thank you so much for popping in, man. It has been a rough, uh, honestly, a rough couple months for me, man. It's just I was happy to be here. Thank you, Chris, for holding down the fort while I've been doing all kinds of shit. And just hey, thank you guys, man, because my family and shaving are two of my favorite things, man. And I always got those two things to lean back on when things get a little bit weird, man. So just thank you guys for being a part of that.
Shady says Fougere Gothic for life, but Maritime said he's heading over to YouTube for Shady. So, going to
Oh,
give you a
Shane.
vector of the hell. Oh, wow,
Hey,
that's awesome.
Shane. Hey, if you want to do that, I think it'll work because that vector head is so light that it won't be the gravity won't take effect. So I might be able to use that Blackbird handle with that light vector head. I'm with it. Let's make it work.
I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if it'll work. It's designed.
Yeah, it has that funny
Doesn't matter.
screw. Well, you
Anyway,
can do those screws, that flat screw that he has in the vector handle. As long as the width it still lines up with the threads of the Blackbird handle, it can work because I've seen other handles that use that system, but I'm not sure if they're the same size or not.
well, anyway, folks, thank you all for joining us this evening. We really appreciate. Hope you have a great weekend and a great day and great tomorrow and great everything. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm bad at my job. Anyway, God bless you all. We'll see you next time.